Hello Oracles, Oracle Tim here. Well, today, not so pretty. We kind of anticipated this going into CPI. We knew we were going to have some uncertainty. Seems like we had a little bit of leaked information by the government about what we could expect for inflation readings tomorrow in the CPI data. Now, they didn't give us anything specific, not like an actual number got leaked out, but they kind of insinuated a few things about food and energy costs being up, and just the wording and their tone kind of sounded like they were trying to brace everyone for a worse than expected number. So what numbers are we expecting to see tomorrow in the CPI data? Now don't forget, it should be coming out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And we are looking at month-over-month readings of 0.7. Now last month we were at 0.3, so 0.7 is quite a jump from last month. Not great, and we definitely do not want to continue trending in that direction, but it seems like that's probably more food and energy related, which are not included in core. Now, core readings, we are expecting a 0.5, which last month we were at a 0.6. So that is a good move in the right direction for core, but again, month over month, we want also to move in the right direction. When it comes to the overall year-over-year number, we are looking at an 8.3% expectation. Last month, we were also at 8.3. These numbers are still very high. So again, we're looking at expectations and beating expectations, but when your expectations are already super high and in a bad place, it's not a great sign. We want to be trending down, and flat is where we're at right now. Down is where we want to go. We want to trend down. So we would like to see numbers lower than all of these expectation numbers, but it seems like the government is kind of bracing us for something that could be worse. Don't know for sure. Maybe this is just a fake out. I don't know. Whatever it is, the market definitely reacted negatively to this and sold off. Tesla itself was up over 5% in the middle of the day today at its highs. And, the whole market was basically red. The NASDAQ was green for a little while, but the rest of the market was pretty red, and Tesla was up 5%, and then it just trailed off as the entire day went on and ended up finishing red by almost 1%. So not a great day for the entire market. Tesla did outperform, but still not great to see. Hopefully, maybe numbers come in with a surprise tomorrow and we turn things around and get to go green. But if we don't, I think it's just going to continue going red. Again, tomorrow's going to be a coin flip. Whatever turns out, we're either going to go green or we're going to go red. It's one way or the other, and that's how tomorrow is going to turn out. And now, one of the things I always play through my mind when it comes to the market and information that we get, whether it be macro environment or stocks and company specific news, is what comes first? It's like the whole chicken and the egg discussion. What comes first? So is it the media putting out news that is causing the market to move in a certain direction? Or is the market moving in a certain direction and the media just comes up with whatever excuses and reasons they can think of that the market moved in that direction? I think it's actually a combination of the two. I think what ends up happening is the market may move in a certain direction, and you can kind of read it. A lot of times when you're reading articles, I've actually seen on TD Ameritrade, their news headlines, I've actually seen their headlines change. When you're looking at a pre-market, sometimes it's red and then it goes green, and they're like, the market is starting red on this news. And then all of a sudden I look and it goes green, and their headline changes and they're like, the market is going green on this news. And it's like, what are you even talking about? So sometimes you could definitely tell that the media is just trying to figure it out on their own, while other times it seems like the media is putting things out there that will intentionally move the market. We know from videos that Jim Cramer has put out explaining how hedge funds work that is actually an intentional thing that hedge funds do. So I think the manipulation kind of goes on both sides of things, and then I think what exacerbates it is the fact that retail traders don't have any of this inside maneuverability that hedge funds do. So when the media puts out this information, retail then will trail on top of it, and that's where you get the exaggeration movements of a stock. And this is why a lot of times in the market, whether it's overall macro for indices or a stock-specific movement, you'll see that there's a movement and then there's extra movement. That extra movement is usually retail pushing it, or it could be hedge funds pushing it further in a direction to drive people out. But those are the moments there, and those are the kind of like the buffer areas that if I am doing swing trading at all, those are the areas that I want to pay attention to. Because if we're having good euphoric news and it goes up and then it pushes even higher, that seems like higher than it should be, that would be a little selling area. When it comes down, and we're seeing a lot more down times right now, but when things sell off and then we get that extra sell off and then the media news on top of it pushes it even more and we get that overblown FUD, those are the times that I want to buy into. So we see it on both ends, but let me know in the comments below how much you think it goes on either side, whether it's the media just making up reasons as to why they think the market is moving in a certain direction, or if you think it's the media making the market move in a certain direction based off of the news that they put out there. Now in situations like today, we see that information came out about, expectations for the CPI, and the market clearly reacted to that. So then sometimes I ask myself, and this is maybe a little tinfoil hat thing going on here, but I think, all right, so was this put out there and this information put out there intentionally so that we can get this reaction and see how things go in the market? Did they intentionally put this information out there just to assess how the market's going to react to this? Or is whether it's somebody who said, hey, put this out there because there's bigger, money behind all of this, saying, you know what, this is the direction we want the market to move, so this is the information we want you to put out there for it to move in this direction. Again, a little tinfoil hat there, but I can see some of that manipulation that happens. And again, this all goes back to all we can do as retail little guys is take what the market gives us. That's it. If the market's going to give us buying opportunities, buy. If the market's going to give us selling opportunities and you want to sell, then sell. And that's really it. That's all that it comes down to is, this is all you can do when things are moving the way they're moving. When we're in a bull market, similar to where we were for the last 12 years before COVID hit, it's not the same. When you're in a bull market and things are running, you're still going to have that manipulation, but the confidence that things are just going to keep going up is a lot higher. So you really can't make a mistake unless you're buying into a company that you did no research on and it's going to crash and burn. Then shame on you. Or if you buy into a specific momentum play and hold on to it for too long, again, that's a learning experience, but that's your own deal. I've been caught on that myself. But if you're buying into better companies like the Teslas, Apples, Googles, things like that, in a bull market, it doesn't matter. Just buy, it's going to do great. In a market like this, there's still solid buys, but you're definitely going to have to wait out the entire bear market and down market scenario until they are going to go green like it would be in a bull market. So there's just a lot more painful movements that happen during these times. So if you're looking to try and get yourself some nice long-term gains, you're gonna have to wait long-term. So let's take a coin flip vote. What do you guys think we're going to see for CPI data in the morning? Do you think that we are going to meet expectations and beat them? Or do you think that we are going to miss expectations and go red? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what your guess is going to be, because at this point, that's really all it is a guess, because nobody really knows. And, you can say it's going to be high because oil and all of those prices were up, but then on the other side of things, we have seen some prices coming down. Let me know your thoughts and your guesses. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord channel. That link is in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, I am over on Patreon as well. Thank you so much. Have a great one.